Hi, everyone. I'm Karen Roby here for TechRepublic. Veronica Combs with me here today. We're talking about the sign-up process for vaccines. And as we're finding, Veronica, it's not a very smooth process. So talk a little bit about the experience that some people are having and how are we going to make it better?
So I think the first thing that's really confusing is that it's different from city to city and county to county and state to state. I mean, obviously, one of the big problems is just availability. There's way more demand than there is supply. And, that's in theory, that's getting better every week, according to the federal government. But even if you are in the age group, if you're 65 and up or 60 and up or a first responder or first line worker, even if you meet those criteria, it's still kind of hard to sign up. So I looked at state enrollment processes in Texas and New York State and California. And Texas, which is a very big state, they have 79 vaccination hubs, and they have a web page with all the hubs listed on it. And I clicked on one and I went to the county health site, and I clicked on another and it said, "You're leaving our website. So, look out." One of those sort of warnings that lots of public websites use. And then another one took me to an ESRI map of like where the cases are the worst. And so even within Texas, like you literally don't know what you're gonna get. And so even if you're in one county and thought, well, maybe I'll try the next county over, it could be completely different. So it really, you just don't know what to expect. You just kind of have to hack your way through the jungle to figure out, where do I go and how do I get a shot?
Yeah. So Veronica, how do we streamline the process? How do we make this more user-friendly and efficient for people?
I talked with a couple folks who are experienced with this process. I talked to a Forrester analyst, and she said there's really 4 things that you have to consider when you're building a process like this. And the first one, sort of surprisingly, not surprisingly, is emotion. So when you see a website, is all the text in red? Do you get kind of a worried feeling from the look of the website, or is it one that builds more confidence? She said a lot of the websites have text in red, which can be kind of alarming. You're already sort of on edge as soon as you get to the website. The next thing to consider is the ability to make mistakes. She said, you can lay out a very neat brick path for someone that you want them to follow, but if there's a shortcut they can find, they will find it and take it. So she said it's really important to do testing up front, so you'll see how people actually use the system, but it's also important to track where people fall out. Like, is there one page people get like 4 clicks in and then they all drop out? Well, there's something on that 4th page that is, sabotaging the process or doing something that's very confusing. So trust, the ability to make mistakes. She also talked about ease of navigation. Like if it's a 5-step process, you should be able to know what step you're in. And then finally, she said it's really important to have the experience be the same from the desktop website to a mobile site. If it's different and you've been through one or the other before, then you have to relearn the process. Then she said that really sabotages trust, and people have to learn all over again. Like they thought they knew how the process worked, but maybe they don't if the mobile version of the sign up process is different than the desktop version.
Yeah, and of course, there's a lot of older people that are trying to sign in that may not be very tech savvy. So to have a clunky system for them, it's not acceptable. We got to make it easier.
Right. My inspiration for this article was a tweet I read that, this one person was trying to help a friend sign up, and she said, "My friend doesn't have an email address," which seems unbelievable in 2021. But, there are some folks that, aren't on social media, don't have access. And you really, if we're going to get to herd immunity, everybody has to be able to sign up for a shot.
Yep, that is definitely the case here. Veronica, thanks so much for being with me here today. For much more on Veronica's story, make sure you check it out on TechRepublic. Thanks for watching.